naming convention. The meaningful name help you to developer in the Visual Studio.net does not care about these naming prefix, but easy to understand and identify the object and variable also. Okay, we are going to study for the variable, object, everything. Therefore, okay, now we use here the 3 character as the prefix. If we use the form, we use FRM and sales, students, we have what other classes we want to need to create, then we can use that form as the FRM. Then anywhere you use the FRM, that some names altogether, already I mentioned our object name is the one word. Many letters are there, but it's the one word you can use for the underscore. You cannot use for any other symbol, but you can use to underscore. Then FRM, then you can use to identify this is the form. Okay, button, BTN submit, BTN cancel. That's like you can easy to identify, like because if you use that object anywhere, you easy to identify the other people also. Then we use the prefix, label, LBL. Okay, you are using some display, some text, then we use for the label. That label also LBL, because we use a lot of object, therefore we want to identify, then we can give for the meaningful name, easy to identify the paper. Okay, then open file dialog. Okay, you can open some OFD picture box, PIC. This line you can make, okay, use for the naming convention. We also in the practical also I am using that way. Then you also follow that one, then you can easy to understand your code. Easy to understand your code and easy to develop, and if you have any problem something, then easy to identify where is the problem and something like that is the rename the form. Okay, form. Use the solution explorer to change the disk file, the name. Okay, do not change the file extension. Okay, that extension is there, that's a C#. Do not rename the file using the window explorer, use the solution explorer. The problem for the internet, anyway we can continue until you wait. If you more than 10 minutes there is no any presentation is there, then you can leave it, because the internet is not stable. I don't know if the power also, power is the problem. Our power cut is come, then again start the generator. Sometime our network is not working, therefore is the problem. Now you can see we can change that our border style, form border. Okay, that form border style property control, where you user can resize the form and appearance of the form in the border. Okay, different border. We have the none, no border, fixed singles. Okay, then different, not resize. That fixed single, like the flat border, no resizable. Then you can give the fixed size of the form. Fixed 3D, that also border, no, not resizable. That's why you cannot resize. That's a fixed size of the form. Fixed dialog for dialog box. Okay, it is a appear for dialog box. What is the difference for the dialog box and normal form? If your dialog box is there, you had to attend that one after close, then you can interact with the other forms. That is a dialog box. Okay, that's a dialog box. If you know that, if you close this our PowerPoint presentation, PowerPoint file, if you have did any changes, you have to change anything, then you have to serve or something. That is a dialog box, like if you serve or not. Okay, you want to serve yes or not or cancel, like. Then without that you didn't attend that one, you cannot close that. That's the thing. Here is also fixed dialogues. If you open that file box, sorry, in the PowerPoint, then you want to create, okay, open new file, like, then you can click the open file. Okay, that's display for the dialog box. Okay, sizeable. Then you can, the user can resize the form, anything. Okay, you can size, you can use for the mouse and you can resize. That's a sizeable. Fixed tool windows, sizeable window, tool windows, then appear with the shorter title bar also. Then you can use that. Okay. Then you can use in the property, you can see that what is the form for border style. You can click the one border and check one by one. Okay, I will give to you this task for you. You can check one by one. So what is the appearance there? Okay, different appearance there, and some are fixed, you cannot resize, some you can resize, then you can understand it. Okay, you can set the back color for forms. That is the thing, you can use the back color. Then there is a custom web system, you can pick the color palette and set the color. Okay, then usually we are keep it for the gray color, but if you like you can change the color, but it is the suitable for your windows and text color also. Okay, then set the font properties using the font dialog box. Okay, if you set the font, then it is affect for the all object. For example, in your form has a many object as a button, text box, label, everything. Then if you change that thing, then it is affect for the whole box. Okay, 12. But the separately also you can set the font size also. If you click the particular object and set again is a different size of the font. That is okay, apply for particular object. But if you want to linearly want to change everywhere the form, what are the object you have, then you can use that font size. It is okay, change for the whole object. Setting the text align properties. Okay, you can set the align. There are 9 points, positions are there, but here you can see is the top left, top center, top right. Okay, this bottom left, bottom center, bottom right. Okay, then you can see that this also in your hand. If you sit your computer, that's the left side and right side. Your hand, this is the left side, this is the right side. That can, like, you can. Okay, this is the middle, left, middle center, and middle right, top, middle, and bottom. Okay, then that also you can set. Okay, this is the fundamental. Now is the control box. The control box appear at the right, okay, upper right corner of the form title bar. Okay, the control box has 3 buttons. Okay, you have the 3 button. Left button is a minimize button. Okay, button hit the form at the form. Middle button is the maximize or restore the window, and right button is the choose for the side. Okay, then this is the control box. Okay, this is the control box. You can see here minimize. This is the maximize or resource, that's the close. Okay, if you open any other application, you only need that, like here, minimize, maximize or resource, and close. This is the control box. in our program. Also you can set, or you got that result come for the true or false. Okay, I didn't give the name. Yes, true or false. You can set that property. If you select the form, then that's a control box. Maximize, minimize buttons are there. Okay, but only you can see here. If you select, there's a property button here. Properties there. Control. Maximize the property window. Okay, here. Okay, maximize box, minimize box. Okay, you cannot remove for the exit button. This is a close button because close button is default. Okay, if you open some program, then how to close? The user doesn't know how to close, but we can use for the control alter and go to the taskbar, then you can terminate that application. That is possible, but everyone didn't know that thing. Therefore, it is must need for close button. Here you can see here maximize, minimize button is that true. Okay, then you can change. It's a false, minimize, maximize button. Okay, this is the inactive. Now this is the inactive. You can see it is inactive. Now you can active, minimize. Okay, this is the way you can set that control box. Control box. Control box property determine whether the control box appear on the title bar. Maximize box property enable or disable, that is a maximize or restore button. Then you can change for that state. We call that's a true or false, like their state. The maximize or minimize box state is the true or false. If you true, is enable. If you false, this is the disable. Minimize box enable or disable. Okay, the minimize button. All of these properties store value true or false. Okay, now we come with the label control. Okay, we want to display the output only, then we can use for the label control, used to identify the other control instance and a form or display output. Then user cannot enter the text in a table. Okay, this only output is there, and now you cannot insert. Okay, include the input. This is not in the input text, only output. User cannot enter the text in a table. Okay, the standard prefix is LBX. Okay, sometimes we use this label is the permanently want to display some text. That also you use that as a label. The label control properties. Border styles there. Okay, we'll go a little fast already, you know, but here I want to refresh everything. Font, fore color, back color. Fore color means the text color, back color is the background color. Set these properties using the color palette. You can select that. The name, define the name of the control instance must be a unique. Okay, already we cannot create any object in duplicate here. That's a unique name. Remember to use the prefix LBX because easy to use. We are using the C# for the database programming also. There, then that also you can use for there's a naming convention. Okay, naming convention as a prefix you won't need because we use the lot of object, same type of object and easy to identify. Text appear in the visible region of the control instance. Text align, you can align, but that is if you want to display some number or money or the total something, then you can align right side. If you want to display in the name something in left side. That's the thing, the text. Okay, all are text. If you display that output as a text character, visible determine whether control instance is visible or not. You can set that. Possible value are true or false. Visible is true or false. It is true is visible, otherwise false. Okay. The tool is the typically use the toolbox here. This is a toolbox. Then you can take the label. Create the control instance to row. Here is a, you can use the mouse and you can like. Okay. First click the control instance to activate the resize the handle, and you can use any size of object. Okay, if you want some address or something, you need for the multi-line, therefore you need the height. Okay, this is the height, this is the width. You only need for the height is high size. If you here you can see here is only one line, it's the first name. The permanently want to display something, then you can use the label. You can resize your label also. Okay, delete control instance. You can select the particular control instance and press the delete key. Now we come for the button control. Okay, any action want to, task want to. If you click the mouse, okay, it is task is execute. Then we use both the button. Create a button that you use a click. Some even want to execute something like you. We use for the button. The standard prefix the btn. Okay, already this is here. This is the calculator. We have lot of buttons. Then we can use that's a btn1, btn2, btn3, okay, btn ce or cancel, btn cancel, btn equal, btn add, btn minus, sub, okay, subtract, btn multiply, btn divide, okay, btn remove or raise. You click here, raise at the, okay, back like. Okay, this is one to connect something like you can use like the BTN. Then easy to identify. Otherwise, the button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4. Every time you want to check. This is what is the button. For example, this is a button 10 like, but you didn't know what is a button is. If you click, what is the task is going to do. We don't know. Therefore, if you use that button multiply, okay. If you click this button, we had to write the code. Add, okay, multiply two numbers, any two numbers, multiply. That's like we use that's a btn, easy to identify. Okay, button control instant fire a click event when clicked by the user, click by the user. Okay, more event also there we can use later. Okay, mouse over, mouse leave, lot of events are there when we can study later for that events. The positional property are the same as a label control. Text, color, background, everything is there in the same as button property. Enable. Okay, some places are want to enable, some are not enabling. You can see here standard byte binary program. Okay, you can see here is a some button are enabled, some are disabled. Okay, this is the binary operation is a octet, so decimal is the D. If you click the binary, yeah, now you can see only 1 and 0 is enabled. Plus minus are the other button here, but the number others are disabled. Then you can use that also, enable and disable. Extra. Now ABC also we need that button. In your program also you can think about octet 0 to 7. Okay, now with the user also, why you other buttons are disabled like, okay, sometimes accidentally you can click this one. If you enable is there, sometimes the user also actually click this. Therefore, the error is come. Therefore, that programmer limited that. Okay, avoid that error. Therefore, is here used for the only 7 button, 8, 0 to 7, 8 button are enabled. Other numbers are disabled. Then extra decimal. That we need for the other additional A, B, C, D up to F. 0 to 15 number we use. This is the 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sorry, up to here, A. A is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, this is the way we want to think about your program also. Because we are going to visual program, visually you display something. Therefore, you want to consider something. Okay, this is some example I saw. But in your program, you develop some program, want to think about that also. In your point of that view, this is the calculator view, we think about that. Okay, okay, the valid value is true or false. Enable, I will show later, whereas that is the properties, the enable is there. Flat style. Okay, visual style. Valid. Okay, valid value platform pop standard or system, something like image. Sometimes you want to put the image for button. For example, here is some buttons are images. No, any. Okay. Some places are only images also there, but tooltips comes. Okay, not here. Some places only images are there. Here, this is the image text box. This is also button. Okay, we will study tooltip later also. Rectangle. This is the image is there, rectangle. Image align, text box. Okay, sorry, text properties. That also what other thing. Precedent characteristic with the ampersand. Okay, to define the hotkey, we can use that. Select the multiple control instance. Okay, useful to set the property for multiple control instance at the same time. Okay, only if you have calculator, we have a 10 button. Want to change for the 10 button size or common properties, text, font size, everything you can select. Select multiple control instance allow you to align them also. Okay, two technique exit to select the multiple control instance. You can use the hold down the chip key and one by one you can select the object. Okay, click on the desired control instance. Oh, track the region with the pointer tool. Okay, this is you can select the area of the track the region, and you can select the menu. Okay, we will the practical I will show how to select the multiple control instance. Even if only part of the control instance, okay, is in the region, the control instance will be selected. The property window display the limited set of properties. Okay, I already mentioned common properties. Name property is invisible because each object has a unique name. Therefore, you cannot change for the at the same time. Then you only text property. That is a property as a BackColor, forecolor, text color. If you, for example, the button, you can use there's a height and width. You can change BackColor. Text text properties, font size, font style. That's the thing you can change. Okay, only common property you can see. Okay, this is select multiple control instance. Align multiple control instance. Already I explained format, menu, contain the menu. Okay, item, align control instance. As a align, we can align the make the same size, horizontal spacing, vertical spacing. You can increase then decrease. Center in the form, you can put that one button in the center of the form. This like. Okay, this is the picture control. Display the graphical image of varying type. Then we use the picture box. This is the different type, bitmap, GIF and other type also. Yeah, PNG, something like different format objects are the that's an image. Then we can use. Image will stretch and resize based on the property setting. Okay, you can set that property. Standard prefix as a PIC. Okay, this is the border style. Control appear on the surrounding border. Image, visible region. Size mode. What is the will be resize. We have the normal size. The what are the size in your image? Then the picture box also same size count. Okay, it's a image size in fixed. Stretch image. Image will be resized for the size of the picture box. That's a stretch. Visible region. Auto size. The control instant resize to fit in the image. Okay, normal size. Then center image. Then if you image in the center of the picture box, you can see here is the normal. Okay, your picture box is here. This is this size, but your image size is this like that's a normal. This is auto size. Auto size is the what is the picture size? Okay, what is the picture size? This automatically resize that picture box. Is the same size of the image, same size of the image. Here this is the stretch image. Okay, image size is this size. This is the image. Normal size is this. But this stretch image means it is fit with the. Okay, another 10 minutes. We want to terminate and rejoin. Okay, stretch. It is fit with the picture box size. This is the center of the image. But picture box size is here. This is the normal size. It is here, appear here. Okay, this is the you can set. This is the open dialog box control. The proper is to allow the user to select the file from the standard dialog box. Okay, want to open some files in your application, then you can use for the open file dialog box. File dialog box. Okay, note that the control just get the file name, it does not open the file. Then you want to write the code, not visible to the user to run at the run time. Okay, it is not in the runtime, not visible for this file open file dialog box. Okay, if you click, then it's display after you want to attend that. Okay, select the file and open or close like. Appear in resizable tray at the bottom of the window form designer form. Standard prefix is a OFD, open file dialog. Show dialog method. Okay, later we want to study in the practical. Show. If you want to open that thing, you can write. If you click that button, it will show dialog. Show dialog method. Show dialog. If you had that object name as open OFD picture or something, want to open that picture something, open file or something. Okay, then you can use a OFD picture dot show dialog method. Then it's display. File name property contains the name of the file selected by the user. Now we come to the code editor. Okay, formerly known as the code and text editor window. It is an intelligent text editor used to edit the Visual Basic or any language and other code also. That plus and minus sign appear to expand or collapse the code segment. Okay, then you can use sometime your code nearly 1,000 line. Then very difficult to score every time want to scroll something. Then you can use for that collapse and expand your code. Then you can use it. Intelligent technology. Okay, technology. There is a technology help to complete the statement by displaying the tooltips. Okay. Then sometimes you can, what are the properties there? You can select, that's the thing. Easy to complete your. Okay. Then it is the select from the control instance in the class name. This is the class name of the list box. Select the event in the method name box, list box like. Okay, here this is the method. Expand and collapse. Here this you can use, here see plus and minus. Okay, in the view you can go to the code view. Okay, here you can see plus and minus. This a minus is a expand, is a collapse. Now it's a expand. Okay, sometimes you miss some bracket or something. If you make any function or something, then you can check. This is the way. Okay, this is the one public form. If you collapse this up to here, again, like you see, public form. This function is a form. Collapse. Okay, if you have nearly more than 200 lines, very difficult to like, then you can use, okay, collapse and expand one by one and do your coding. Okay, intelligence. If you put that one button, okay, we can change the name here. Okay, this is the text. Right. Okay, this is the text name, is the appear for the button name, not the object name. Okay, this is the close button like. Okay, this is the text name. Object names come here. Wait. Okay, so this is the close. Now you can see here, close is here. Okay, this is the size. Okay. Image also you can let the name of okay, this is the name. This is the but object name. We can use a btn close. Only one button is there, but you have to use for the btn close. Then you can install. If you click this button, it's going to close. Okay, you can double click. There's a click event come. Now here is the click event. What is the? We have the many event also. You can see. Okay, you can see here. If you select here, this is the event. Okay, then button has many events. Okay, later we study. Here's a drag over, mouse over, key over, or key press, mouse down, mouse enter, mouse leave, mouse up, mouse click. Okay, lot of events are there. You can apply. Event is happening. Okay, if you click this button, want to close our program, then our form as and we can use the same form want to close. Then we use the this dot. Okay, this is the event. This dot close. That's a method. Close is a method. Here, this is the method. The box. This is the click size change. This is the event. Okay, close method. If you click this button, your form is closed. Okay, if you start run this program. Okay, if you click terminate our application. Okay, that intelligence is the helpful to okay complete your coding. Okay, this dot. Okay, now here you can see close. Okay, why the form dot close? Close the form. Okay, it is helpful for you to write the code. Complete your code. Then we are using that. Printing the code for the solution. Okay, if your code you can print. You may want to print code for the solution for reference. Okay, later you want to use that. Okay, to print code, there is come it is highlight. Okay, logical error. Logic error occur because of the design or coding problem. Okay, a logical error may okay or may not case at the runtime. Sometimes not affect for the application, but you didn't get some expected results. That's a logical error. Returning syntax error. Okay, syntax error is okay. So the blue color underline. That's a syntax error. Okay, error description in the down of the line. Okay, you can see here we make some mistake. Okay, this dot close. I missed this. Now it's the red color has come. Okay, if you run, the errors come. Now here is the name THS does not exist in the current context. Where is the place? The line 12, column 3 is the line 22. Okay, I didn't apply for that line here. This is the 23 mark here. This is the syntax error. You can at the runtime check. Now there is no error. Now you can again run. No problem. There is no error. Okay. In the output, we can see that what is the error, where is the place. You know. Okay. I forgot to close this bracket. That also error. Now you see expected one curly bracket. Okay. I remove this I. The name. THS does not exist in the current context. Okay, you can think about that. Now there is vanished. Okay. Then this is the way you can identify the what are the errors are there highlight. What are the errors? You can identify and correct it and run your program. Okay, it is a syntax error, runtime error. Okay, and then handle expected type system dot argument exception. Okay, some errors coming for that. Okay, you can break or you can continue. Okay, errors there, you can continue or break. Logical error. Logical error occur when the design prolongation incorrect results. Incorrect results. Okay, to fix the logical error, you apply a process known as the debugging. Okay, logical error may or may not case in the runtime errors. Okay, introduction to the assignment statement. You want to assign the statement. Assignment statement are executable statement in your application in the program. They appear inside on the event handler or methods. All assignment statements have the same characteristic. Left side contains the results of the assignment. Okay. Right side is the value, other thing. Right side contains the expression to be evaluated. Now you can see the left side and right side are separated by the equal sign, and you want to terminate all the. Now you can see here object name dot property name as a value. Okay, object name contains the name of the control instance. Name property is the value. Okay, property you can contain the name of the supported properties. Value is assigned to the property also. For example, this is the one of the LBL file name dot text. Want to display that this text in the label box, label object. Then we assign that is a LBL file name. This object name dot text property equal. This is the string. We use the double quotation as a string. Want to display for this string in the label as a text string. Okay, as a string. Then we use this the assignment statement. Okay, this is the right left side. This is the right side. Left side is the expected results, and here right side is the value. Value means this is a string also value. Okay, left side and right side. Okay, more on assignment statement. You can assign the other property also, other object property also. Assign the statement may contain the value of the properties. Copy the text property of a button to label. Okay, this is the LBL file name. This is the label object dot text property equal btn exit dot text. The btn button, what is the text objects are there? Text value, text string. Then you can assign the another property, label text property. You can assign the label text properties. This is the, then you can assign the move state. Okay, now in the third chapter is important for here. Okay, introduction to numeric data type and variable. Okay, data type is important for in your program. Okay, Visual. Okay, everything you want to use here. Okay, what are the objective of this thing? Create the text box for input and output, and define and okay accept button and cancel button for forms. Define the order in which user navigate from the control instance to another by pressing tab key. Okay, some application without mouse only you can want to use for the keyboard. Therefore, you can set the tab index for each control instance. Okay, you can see they are in the supermarket. They have a postbox system. They are not using the mouse. Every time they use a tab key in the food city and other supermarket. Only keyboard is there. They use for the tab key. Then go to the next object. Focus for each object. Then we use the tab key. Okay, that also want to need in our program. Without every time want to use for the mouse is inconvenient for the user. Then they can use to key. Okay, the explicitly set input focus and create tool tips for control instance. Okay, you can give the tool tips to help for the user. Okay, enter for number here, some input box, only integer, don't enter double. That's like you can give for the feedback to the user. That's a tool tips. That also want to try. Create a variable to store the information while a solution is run. Okay, we are using the variable. Okay, time to time our value is going to change. Therefore, we use for the variable. Understand the organize and name phases. Learn how to create the command. Understand the event that occur. User navigate between the text box. Perform computation with the variable using assignment statement. Understand the role of the preceding, perform type conversion and format data. Write the statement on multiple line and calculate the solution output. Now you want to use the text box. Why we are going to use the text box? Okay, used to display the output to the user and get input, get text input from the user also. Want to give for some input, then in your application we want to need for the text box. Only want to display the output, you can use the label, but in text box you can display the output and get text into input also. The similar label control, but label control only display the output. The standard prefix we use the txt. Okay, if you use the menu object, text object, we use the txt, first name txt, last name txt, address txt, date of birth. Okay, txt, say telephone number. That's why you use the txt. That's a text. Then if you use some label, want to display the LBL title or something like that, is a, but you can easy to identify the which object. You can mix up. Okay, you didn't give that prefix. Every time want to check. Okay, what is this object? Okay, this is a label, only we can display the output. If text box, you can assign the display the output, and in the same time you can get the input also. That's the way we use the prefix txt. Use enter the text into the one text box at a time. Okay, that's forecasting only one box at a time. This text box is set for the input focus. Okay, where your cursor in particular text box, that text box got the input focus. Text box control properties. Border style. Okay, I not much spent here. For color, back color, enable, disable. Okay, some insert not necessary for that input for that text box. Then you can okay, enable or disable. You can make locked. Okay, some instance you can see if you have, okay, you have the medical policy. If you tick this enable for what other policy you want to you have, then you can enable for the text box. If you haven't that policy, not necessarily that box, then that's a disable. That's like. Then you can use for the locked multi-line. Okay, usually the default is the single line for each text box. If you want to need for the multi-line, you want to change for that properties. Maximum length. You can enter the maximum length. For example, one text box you are going to use for the password. Then you set the password only 8 character, maximum 8 character or minimum. Like then you can use check. Okay, not allow for the maximum character. For example, someone want to enter the national ID card number. The previous the 9 number. Now is the change. They are because the problem was the 2000. They add for the additional 2 digit. Therefore, increase. Like then you can give that. Or for example, telephone number. Now the 10 digit is there. Then you can maximum number character is a 10. User avoid for the errors. You didn't limited that character. Sometimes they can enter for 11 numbers. Okay, that's the way we use the maximum length. Text box control properties. Next, the name of the control. That is right. Again, used for the prefix txt, first name, last name, something. Scroll bar. Okay, if you multi-line is there, you only need for the scroll bar is the both horizontal or vertical also. Okay, I will show that. Now, text contain the text appear in the text box. Where's the text align? XY position and height and width. Okay, text box control method and event also. Okay, inside also if you focus something, you can give the event also. Focus method set input the focus to the text box. Enter. If you enter that your cursor, then change something. Even fire when text box get focused. Leave. Even fire when text box lost the focus. That like you can many method. Text change. If you type something there, then want to execute some event for the other box or something. The event fire for each character type. Any changes. Now you can see text box. The design window. Text box is down. Okay, this is the usually this is a single line. You want to change enter the multi-line. Want to multi-line is needed. Then you can go to the properties window. Okay, multi-line. Here, multi-line change. So where's the multi-line? Okay, sorry, this I am the event. Okay, not in the properties, event. Here is the properties. Okay, this is the properties. Sorry, this is a property, right? Multi-line multi-line. Here, multi-line is false. It's a true. Now you can see, you can resize. Okay, that's a maximum length. If you enter for only 8, okay, it is allowed for the 8 character. Maximum 8 character. Minimum 0 and maximum 8 character. Okay, now you run. I type. Okay, this is input I can give. Only 8 character I type, but only display the take the only 8 character. No more things. Then you can set that one. Okay, this is the way you think about the programming. Okay, if you want to use this one is for the password. Okay, then you can change password character. Okay, use system password character. True. Okay, you can assign what is the password. Wait, password character. That's a default character. You can change. Here is a password character. Okay, I check for this add sign. If you type anything, it is. If you type anything, okay, it is false. Now password character. If you type, now see, other people cannot see that what is the character you enter. You can enter any symbol you can give. A also you can type. Then anything to type, A is come. Any symbol. Okay, that's the password character. That also you can limit how many character you want to need. Then here is the maximum length. Okay, size. Okay, other thing I not go other thing, font, everything you already know. This is a special things. Multi-line. Okay, multi-line is a true. You can resize. Multi-line is false. A single line is there. Now you can change for the width. Okay, you can change to the width, but you cannot change for the height. You can't change that height in the box. Okay, this is the thing. Now is the read only. Only read, not in write. That also there. Visible. Okay. Enable. Where is the EE? Is the enable is true. If you make the enable is false. Okay, if you run, you can't interact. Is the enable is false. Okay, you use here some later we study for the text box. Sorry, checkbox. If you click that checkbox, is enable is flat. Okay, enable is true. Change at the runtime. If you click this checkbox, if you put here is a one checkbox, then enable is true for this text. Then you can interact. Okay, then there is some important properties. You can use other property also. Read only. You can't write. Read only something. Okay, some event also there. Okay, I put that. What are the thing you type? I want to display the other text box. Same text want to display the other text box. Okay, I didn't change the text box properties. Sorry, object name. Okay, if you want, you can put that the txt first name. Okay, now this one is a txt display or something. Display. Okay, if you type something here, we want to display in here. Okay, then I select this one, go to the event, text change. Okay, want to here text change. Okay, what are the texts change? Okay, if you text change, then you can use for the text txt display dot text equal assign something. Okay, txt text box first name dot text. What is the text are there in the first name text? Okay, then I run this program. Oh, sorry, and this I want to change that disable already. Where is that? Properties, disable, enable, enable is true. Okay, now you can see. I type, but I change that password character also. But what are the thing I type? The same thing coming for other text box. Okay, I want to change for the password character. No password, password character. Right. Now you can see. Not in this one. You can assign the any code if it text is change. Anything typing want to happen something. Okay, display the same line. Okay, that's the text properties. Now this another one is the your form. We can set the accepted button and cancel button. For example, if you open, okay, you want to close this one, then we can use for the accept button something. Okay, accept, click the accept, but the cancel is coming. If you enter, it activate for the equal button. We can set that like here also we can set some button if you enter. Okay. Anyway, I will stop 11 o'clock. Again, you another 10 minutes. We want to rejoin. After 11 o'clock. We stop that. Okay. Now you can see some button we can set is the cancel. The C is there. I press the escape button is working. You can see here. Here this one is the equal button. I use the enter key is you can see. Okay, if you I 8 into 6, if you enter key, I get the results. Okay, that's a hexa, right? Okay, now into 6, 5, enter key, it's work. Not necessarily click for equal. It is like, then you can set that also. Two button. Each form has only, you can check, okay, set the accepted one and accepted button one and cancel button one. Okay, you can see here. Okay, one button on a form can be designed as the accepted button and another, okay, the cancel button. Set the accepted button property to button control instead to define the accepted button. Okay, click event handle, execute, enter the, press the enter key. Okay, then set the cancel button property to button control instance to define the cancel button. Click event handler, execute when user press the escape key. Escape key, it is execute. Okay, now you can see here, I put the close button, another button underneath, two button. Okay, we can make many button, but you had to set which button is the accept button, which one is the, okay. Now you can see here I had three button, but I can set the two button for, one for accepted, accept, other one is the cancel. Okay, then you click the form properties. Here accepted button, you can select here, it is display the three button, already three button in the forms. Which button want to accept? I put the btn change. Okay, then cancel button here, cancel button. In the, you select the form properties and you can set only two button, we can select the each forms. Okay, btn close. Okay, but if you click this one, I want to change for the back color, form color, this dot back color equal color dot blue. Okay, if you click this button, if the light, now I run. Okay, I use the enter key. Okay, I enter. Okay, if you use the escape, it's close. For example, if you have, now you can see, okay, now you can see, set the tab. Okay, order in which control instance get focus in all the tab order. Okay, tab has an index property defined there. Okay, now tab order, activate the Win Form Designer on the menu bar, click View, and then tab order is there. Click the control instance to order that you want to do the head focus. Okay, you can give the different order index. Okay, click View and then tab order again to record your changes. Record your changes, then you can change. This is the, here we have something that we can give the order of the tab order. Okay, tab order not necessary for the this label, only want to need for the here, then you can set, okay, for the text box button something you can set the number. this index is the first. Focus here. First 0 is the first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for example, I run this program. Use this tab key. Okay, press the tab key. It is focused. Now it's here. This text box. Third one is the next text box. Fourth is here color change and other button. It is a way. Okay, I am not using mouse. Only use the tab key. It is get the focus different object. This is the way tab. Now you can see here. But the 0 is the first. Then you want to need to change. Then you can click here. It is the 1. This one is a 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you can change. This is the tab. This also want to need to use. For example, I use that here. I can use the tab key. You see, it's moving. This is the way you can set the tab order. Okay, in your application, which form want to get focus next without mouse, use the tab key, go to next. Then you change the tab order. Okay, explicitly set the input focused. Call the focus method of the text box or other object that is can get it input focus. Okay, you can check. If you run your program, your cursor when which object want to focus, then you can set the set input focus, the text box name, txt, initial value. Okay, initial, that's a particular object dot focused is focus for that text object. Now it's a tooltip. The tooltip appear as a pop-up when mouse over, okay, over the control, mouse over the control instant for short period. That is the TIP, that's a standard preview. You can make 2, 3, okay, not in the one tooltip, 2 or more tooltip object you can use. This initially display property define the time interval for mouse to over before the tooltip appear. Okay, for example, here some tooltip here is a stop video. Can you see? No. I share that line. This is the okay. I will show later also. Then appear creating the tooltip. Set the tooltip and control property for each control instance. Note that control instance appear in the resizable tray. It's not visible for the runtime also. Okay, if you apply the tooltip, then you can see the tooltip in the property windows. Okay, now you can see. Now, okay, now here is there is a no any tool. Now you can see here tooltips are there. Undo, control plus set, control plus set. It is display the particular time after it's vanished. You see, there's a display time. Pop up how many seconds or something. Okay, because these are the images. The user doesn't know what is that. User doesn't know what is that. That is here we can give the tooltips. That also you can okay. We want to here this is a no any label. Only text box there. Enter your first name. Then you can give the tooltips. Enter last name. That's like you can give the tooltips. Okay, now you can see, click here. You can see any the T. There are no any tooltip properties. Now you can select the tooltips. Where is the tooltip? T. Here, tooltips. You can right click. It is come for the under the bottom of the array. Okay. Now you select here. Now in the T, you can see here. Here, tooltip. Then you can type. Okay. Enter your first name. Okay. Enter only integer. Something you can give some. Okay. No. Anything. Okay. Now you can select the tooltips. There are properties there. Okay. Automatically delay after 5 millisecond. Here is the we are using the millisecond. 1 second is a 100 millisecond. Sorry, 1000 millisecond. 1 second is a 1000 millisecond. Then it is half second is automatically delay. Auto pop up to 5 second display. Okay, 5 second is display. After 5 second is vanished. Okay, auto pop-up delay. That's a lie. You can see. Now I run this program. Sorry, run this program. I put the tooltips. Now you see. Enter your first name. Enter your first name. After 5 seconds is valid. Again, you go there. Enter your first name. Then we can put that not in one tooltip, more tooltips only put. Okay, this tooltip has a particular properties that automatically delay. Okay, want to so pop up the more time, then you can put the another tooltips. Okay, this tooltip you can change. The delay is only 100. Okay, auto pop up play only make 1000. That's like you can change. Okay, interval. Okay, initial delay. That's like you change and you can give for the different tooltips. Okay, this is the way we use the tooltips. Okay, now you understand for the tooltip what is the purpose. We can easy to give for the feedback to student. Here is a reset. This is also tooltips. Reset the position, size, and formatting of the slide placeholder to their default setting. Here this a B is there. Sometimes some people are doesn't know what is that. Okay, bold. Make your text bold. This is the tool. That also want to need your program. Okay. Next is come for the this important things is the store a data in variable. Okay. Variable store data while the solution is run. Okay. The variable is time to time the values vary change that we call for the variable. A variable is simply a unique name that define a space in memory in the RAM. Memory in the RAM. Okay, memory in the memory as a RAM. Standard access memory. Data may be store of the character or number. Store character or number. Every variable has a data type. Okay, a variable data type determine the kind of information that the variable can store. Number, character, anything. Every variable has a name. Use standard prefix for the variable name to denote the data type. Now we are going to study for the data type also, because we use the many variable, but we want to know what is the variable data type. Then we use the data type. The variable in C# are categorized into the following two types of the data types. One is the value, value type or differential type, and reference types. Integral type. There's a value type as integral and reference type. The two types are there. The value type. Value type variable can be assigned a value directly. Directly you can assign. They are derived from the class as a system.value type. The value type directly contains the data. Some data, example as integer, double, long, float, characters, something that is a value type. Which are store the number, alphabetic, and float, floating point number respectively. That's like we can use the type. Then when you declare as a int type, the system allocate the memory to store the value. Now you declare one variable as integer type, then system also allocate the memory as a integer value memories. The following table list available in the C# in 2010. This is the Boolean type. You want to only assign the variable as a true or false. Then you can use the Boolean type as a 2 byte. Then memory, the computer allocate the memory as a 2 byte for this Boolean type variable. The date is the 8 byte. For the Boolean type, sometime, for example, your room is locked or not locked. Or sometimes your lab, our computer lab is open or not open. If you open is true, not to open is false, then we can use the Boolean type. Date is a 8 byte, but we use for the prefix as a BLN. It's a Boolean type. BLN, door open state. That's a one of the variable name. BLN, door open state. You can see, only assign for the true or false. If you use the variable name as a door open state, the people, other developer, other people doesn't know what is the variable type, what is the data type of that variable. If you use the BLN open door, door open state or something. If date, there's a DAT, date of birth, DAT open, DAT close. You want to use for the date and time also. Every day one shop is open for 8 o'clock and close for 7 o'clock evening. Then you can use that date and time. Then you use the DAT. Then easy to identify, this variable is the time or date. That's short, SHO. That's a 2 byte. Integer, 4 byte. Long, 8 bytes. 8 bytes. This is the way like we can use the prefix int age int, because age is the integer type. Age, int count, something int age, int age. Then you can easily identify this is the variable is the integer type. Then here also we are using for that prefix. Single SNG, double DBL. You get some average or something. Then we need for the double floating point. DBL average. DBL interest, because interest rate sometimes 8.5 for the bank interest rate. Then DBL interest rate, something you can use. String STR, you are using the character sum. That's a string. That's a 1 byte per character. Double is 8 byte. Single is 4 byte. Okay, you can see that's the if you short, this is the number range. That also you want to consider. You can enter minus 32,768 to 32,767 is the number. If you some number value you want to enter the keep it the variable, then this limit, then you can use a short. Integer, positive and negative all number this time. Short also like okay, want to use for the short for the age because most of the people are living maximum 125 or something. Okay, then you can use a short, not in the integer. If you don't, this is a positive whole number. Like you can assign the number. Now is a reference type. Do not contain the actual data stored in a variable. Okay, but they contain the reference to the variable. Okay, you not contain the actual data type, but show in the variable, but you can refer variable. Okay, in other words, they refer at a memory location. Okay, if the data type as a value type only allocate for the memory, there are no any location. But if you have the reference type, it is the address is also there. If you allocate the memory with the location also. Okay. In other words, that refer to memory location using the multiple variable that refer type can be referred to a memory location. If the data in the memory location is changed by one of the variable, the other variable automatically reflect these changes in the value also. Okay. Example, built-in reference type, object, dynamic and strings, array, everything is the reference type. Object. If you create one object or class, that is the reference type. The object type is ultimate based on class for all data type in the C#. We use the common type system also. The object is aliased from system.object class. Then it is the reference type. The object type can be assigned value of any other type. Value type, reference type, free, define or user defined type. However, before assign the values need to type conversion. When the value type is converted to object type, it is the whole boxing. Okay, if some value you can change for the object type, it is called for the boxing conversion is called for the boxing. Other hand also, if you some object type is converted to the value type is called for the unboxing. Boxing and unboxing. If you boxing is the value type or the object type, value type convert to the object type. That's a reference type. Other things, okay, in reverse way, that is the value type or object type convert to the value type as a unboxing. Okay, object as a 10 object as a object, then we can change for the that's a value type object is 100. This is a boxing. Okay, it is a boxing. There's a object is there. Then now assign the value as a object as 100. That's a boxing. We assign as a reference type. Dynamic type. You can store any type of value in the dynamic data type variable. Okay, type check for these type of the variable take place at the runtime. Runtime, what is the type is take value type or reference type. That's the syntax for declare the dynamic type is the dynamic variable name as a value. That's a dynamic type. For example, dynamic D20 is a dynamic type. Okay, after that on the running time you can check this the value type or reference type. String type. The string type allows you to assign any string value to a variable. Okay, the string type is an alias from system.string class. It is derived from object type. The value for string type can be assigned using string literal into two forms. We can use that's a quoted. If you string, we can double quotation is there in the string, some number of character. Or otherwise you can use for the add sign quoted. Add sign we will study the next semester for the string manipulation we use for the add sign. For example, string str as a tutorial point. There's a double quotation. We can quote before this string type. Oh, at quotation is a literal look at as a this line. At tutorial point, this is also string type. At sign tutorial, this is a string type. This user defined reference type class because the string now is the C# string is the reference type. Okay, now we come for the standard for the variable name. Use a 3-character prefix to denote the data type. Now you can see here this is the add the additional prefix for the character to denote the variable scope also. Now you can see variable name. Long count is a long type. LNG counter. Okay, you can't use for the dot, the period. Is a dot mean then we are using here is a dot net. The period cannot use for invalid name. LNG counter. This is a long type as a data type as a long type. This is a counter. In total is an integer type. We get some total as a in total. This is the 3 prefix are there. Int in type. Can't use for any space for the thing because I already mentioned is a variable or any object has a one word. Is the one word. Is the here. DBL future value can't use for the dash hyphen is the minus. In here we are arithmetic operation as a minus subtract. DBL gain, this is the valid variable name is a double gain, double type as a gain, but can't use this asterisk mark is a special character. It is a here is the multiplication. For example, multiply by but two variables something dbls into g again. That's like okay. Then standard variable name you can use here. It is a ln count. Okay, lng count long, sh or short, age something like you can use. That's the 3. Then easy to identify. Okay, this is the you can assign the value as a long. It is int total. You can assign for the 10 or 10, but don't assign for the 10.52. That's the double. That's the way we use for the this prefix. Easy to identify the variable, what is the data type. Okay, the developer avoid for the mistake. If you didn't assign this, okay, denote this prefix. If you total, sometimes you can put the total as a 10.52. For example, you assign for the one variable as a date type, but you assign that value as a normal integer type. That's a wrong. You cannot use it. That's the thing you can use. Then now declaring variable. Declare the variable, data type, variable name, and initial expression. Variable name, data type, optional as a okay in the running time also after that also you can assign the value but without the two-way declare variable as a double and integer data type. DBL double DBL interest rate. Okay, here we are didn't assign any value, initial value. Okay, only here declare variable, no assign. But Next, int counter, integer type, int counter. That's a, then you can easily know, okay, this anywhere you can use this variable, then this is the integer type. If you use here is the double type. Okay. Now we say int year term equal 30. Now we assign the value also. This is the way we can assign any variable. Okay. Do not include the punctuation character in a variable declaration. Okay. Don't use the, this is a special character because $sign, because double initial value, don't use the comma, this separation, 1000 separation is illegal assign the value. Okay. Want to display this one, we can format, later we will study for that, we can format for that text. Always we are displaying the value here. Dollars also can't put it. Only you can assign the double is the normal number with the decimal point. Okay, possible to declare the multiple variable in the same line also. The same data type, then you can use the int year term, int month term. This is both the integer type, the same line. Okay, now I am going to stop. I want to discuss, you have any problem? I think next week we can get for the license version Zoom, but I don't know you can get the free data. That is the, because the government going to stop for the free data. I heard about for up to this month. Next month there are no any free data or something like. But I am not sure. But the problem, you have any problem, you can talk for 5 minutes after I will stop my lectures. Anything you can discuss. Another things also you want to inform to your students. Friday unable to do the lectures. Next week is continue. Okay. Friday is a no lectures.